all of the tagged absolutely everything that you could except for overt racism.
I would never do that.
I mean,
we're live, hopefully.
Well, whatever.
Wow!
Way to go, buddy. Way to go.
You
win.
Crazy.
You win. That's the first time I think you've ever been shut down by YouTube. Algorithm got you.
Well, I don't. Well, hold on a sec. Let's see if we're even really doing anything. Okay, so one's watching now.
I don't know. I can't see it on here yet.
Okay, I see it now.
I still don't see it.
Woo! If anybody sees us in chat, let me know, please. I'm looking at it through. Oh, we are back. The wrench says.
Does it? Who's the wrench?
Jilby Pill. Okay, let me do this. Let me get. I gotta tweet this stuff out, man.
This thing says it's live. What do you think happened, Fantinuum?
Is he here?
Yeah.
Good.
What do you think? What do you think happened? Wildest guess.
Anybody that wants to, hazard a guess as to why we got taken down, please let me know. But say it with clean words. I gotta tweet all this crap out.
I mean, yeah, couple, huh?
Oh man, this is crazy. Talk to me, Etienne. How was your week?
Terrible.
Terrible. Why is it terrible?
It's just been more of the same, man. More of the same.
Well, what do you mean? I know you're holed up, but you're working now. You're doing your thing, right?
I'm working on podcasts.
Oh, that's it.
Yep.
Well, that sounds pretty fulfilling.
Well, I listened to all the ones that we've ever made, and it was interesting. I think we made our greatest gains like in the very, very beginning, and thereafter, like you can tell when we fixed a few things here and there. But like when I listened to like our number 6 and our number 7 recently, I mean last night I guess is when I did it.
This is of our Gardens of the Moon podcast that we do.
I had no problems with it whatsoever. I mean, some of it might have been boring to some people, but at the same time, like I don't know. I don't think we can. There's nothing we can do technically that's going to improve it. Like sound quality's good. Everything's good. So I'm happy. And now I just have to sit down and edit like 8 episodes. No big deal.
Yeah.
That's my week.
All right. So, but you're not doing so well, you said.
I didn't say that. I just said I'm bored.
Oh, I see. You're bored.
Yeah. Yeah.
We mentioned, well, there were no words, I guess. Yeah. I've always joked about the no words before 15 minutes,
5, I thought. Oh no, I remember. You're right. 15.
No, it can't be drugs. I've seen
it can't be drugs.
That whole show, that little bit of drug talk, which was like nothing.
Dude.
That was off a whole show that was live that did that. Obviously, my name was there. I said that, stuff to prompt it.
Was it in the first 5 minutes?
It doesn't. Yeah, I was on his title actually. It was the title of the show had drugs in it. I think it's the Gavin Newsom thing. I think it was Gavin. He got me. He got me. Oh,
it wasn't Gavin. I think it was the crotch shot.
You think it was the panties?
Yeah. Yeah, you should blur that stuff, man.
I don't know how to do that yet.
Learn. It's easy.
Learn
to code, bro.
So what? It's just panties. There's panties all over YouTube, I'm sure. I mean, I could probably look at. Well, don't do it now, but later on.
I'm gone. What?
Search up panties on YouTube. I'm sure you'll see something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounds like something I'm gonna do.
Oh man, that's a bummer.
You know who needs hair gels? That British guy, Boris Johnson, or whatever his name is. That dude could use some hair. He could use the Gavin Newsom advice channel that I'm sure is up now for world leaders that need advice on hair. Woo, Gavin's got good hair.
Oh, he's He has Pat Riley hair, is what it is. Pat
I don't know
Riley.
what that means.
He used to be a coach for the Lakers, and it was like really
that's why I don't know.
Slick back and black, jet black.
Forrest does look like a Muppet. You're right.
He looks like a Muppet.
Is he on Sesame Street, that guy? I bet a lot of his constituents think so.
You know what? Jill knows exactly. That's why you have to tune in at the beginning. You might never see it again.
What, something like that?
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. We're going to find out what it is right now. Hopefully, it wasn't because of this. Hold on a second.
Are you going to run it again?
I'm going to run this one.
And a sloppy wiener.
We know that's okay. And we know this.
Look, that look.
All right, let's look at this one.
Man.
Now we'll find out if it was that one at least. Hopefully it's not that, because I plan on using that many a time.
What's wrong with that one? Monkey tries to kidnap child.
The thing about it is, I want
comedy.
you to see, what was the monkey doing?
It was riding a little motorcycle. Looked like
it was.
Yeah.
I like that ding a ding a ding a ding a ding in the background. It's got its own soundtrack and everything.
Yeah, sure. I'm all for it. I'd like to see what that monkey had in mind with that kid.
That monkey is indeed insane.
Oh, monkeys.
Fantinium.
Yeah, I think so too. I'd like to know.
Why do you think DC? Like Julie
Head to a river.
I think it was Julie Shorts who was like the person who ran everything at DC. He liked monkeys on the covers. Monkeys sold. Monkeys are a threat
to children and tourists.
and to Indy if he eats that date.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I should go back and watch those.
Why do I do that?
It's been a while.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All three?
Why not? Well, aren't there 4?
I didn't see that. And I
Crystal
heard that,
Skull?
I heard you should not pay attention to that.
I mean, I watched it, and I remember thinking it was pretty dumb. But whatever. Maybe I'm just not a kid anymore.
Okay, I want to play this one.
Just do Coke.
And
run the one with the crotch. Go on, run it.
I don't have that one ready to go. I wanted to see if it was that one.
You want to test them one at a time. We're gonna get there eventually, right? Crystal Skull was kind of dumb, I thought.
All right, so what did you think about it, Coffee Junkie? That one. So it was Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
The only thing I know about it is that it looked like sawdust was hitting sawdust or cement. That's like the punches that he threw were so unconvincing that even if they landed, it would do any damage.
It was an old man trying to be tough, and it's very difficult to pass that off. I mean, he's no Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood's smart enough not to be in those movies anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just all right. We're live. So it wasn't the Coke thing.
No,
because anybody can drink a Coke. There's nothing wrong with that. I love Coke. Oh, I used to drink Coke.
Why don't you add
it for years?
Why don't you add the cane at the end?
I heard that they used to put that in there.
In Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
Cocaine. They used to put like lithium in like drinks and stuff like that. I think that was.
I don't know anything about that.
I think that might have been 7-Up that had it originally. I
can't
remember.
For all those people with bipolar disorder or something.
I remember the South Park episode where they basically are raping Indiana Jones and all the other George Lucas and Spielberg creations. It's very sad.
May the fourth be with you.
No, Dr. Pepper has prunes. That's what I thought.
Yeah, absinthe. Yeah, no, I've never had any absinthe. I don't know that I don't know, man. Like, we should try it. We should try it. Why not? Right? Get the real stuff.
The most important thing about the opening that was missed was this, and this was from inker extraordinaire. He's inked like, you know, Uncanny X-Men. He has his own creation called Black and White. He's doing something that's Kickstarter or Indiegogo'd on called Chrono Mechanics. You can buy that. But this is a Art T-Bear. It's spelled Thibert, Thibert, but T-Bear. Anyway, this was the important thing. This was very important. We didn't get to see it if you didn't see the video that got cut out.
That's brilliant, man. I wish I would have hung out with you, Yule, in the day.
That's right. Everybody does. That's right.
Maybe that's why they took it down. Right?
He's all there. He's using my image to like promote himself. How dare he?
The dare thing. Nancy Reagan's revenge.
Oh yeah.
How dare you? How dare you use dare to?
So the concept behind the dare sticker was that we were kids that were, you know,
doing drugs.
Well, we weren't kids. We were old. We got the dare stickers from our brothers and stuff because, you know, but we're an adult with a dare sticker now. Yeah. Not a high school adult. And put the dare sticker on your car. They won't pull you over as often. Hopefully, at all.
Don't drive like a dum-dum, and for the most part they won't. But it's real hard. It's real hard not to get pulled over for being a kid when you're a kid.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, in my town where everybody was basically white or Mexican, if you had long hair, you were the kid that got pulled over.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
And it was like, you know, heavy metal hair, you know.
Yep.
Like a Hessian or something, whatever you call it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hesher. I like Metallica. I got long hair. You're going to lose your hair just like everybody else.
Yay, ironic.
Hey, what was that?
Ironic.
It is. 18, I wish you could, maybe like someday you should make one of your icons your old picture with hair.
I don't have any.
Don't you have like that driver's license or anything like that? I know I've seen it. I know I've seen pictures with you with like long hair.
I don't know where you saw them.
Were you wearing a wig? Was it like a Halloween thing?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't had long hair since Texas.
That's what I'm saying. It must be. Well, yeah, that's what a picture is.
Dude, I don't keep pictures of myself.
Well, obviously, I know about it, so it is something that I've seen. I don't know what
to tell you.
All right, let's move along. Welcome, everybody, to We Can Open when, Gavin? Number 15. He came out the other day, and actually today, and he talked for like 40 minutes. And I listened to like 20 minutes of it. And he said that California on Friday is going to begin phase 2.
Ooh.
Woo!
Phase 2. I like phase 2. What's this about?
Well, it's so that we can start getting some business and, you know, economy going again. That isn't just like at, you know, online retail and grocery stores, basically.
Yeah, y'all should have just invested in Amazon before the pandemic and everybody'd be fine.
I don't know about that.
They did well.
Yeah. So that's kind of what's going on. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about, but I have a scroll down here. All right, so phase 2 is like outdoor, like nurseries and
lumber yards.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Hardware stores. Hardware stores?
Hardware stores are a necessity to begin with. As long as they're keeping. Yeah, of course.
No. I haven't needed one.
Well, I had heard that out here, it's, you know, the thing is like you hear things and then it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
right?
Rumors. Sure.
So like there wasn't supposed to be any gardening going on during this time as far as like people from outside gardening your place. And
Oh, those gardeners.
I'm just saying, they weren't supposed to, be going around, other people's houses and stuff like that during this time. But it happened. It's just the one person instead of like the 3 or 4 doing it, instead. And it seems like, oh, that must be the workaround. Just like a store that isn't supposed to be open because we're not essential. The workaround is a curbside service, and we just won't mention it until we get in trouble for it. I just saw today, though, that somebody in Texas wanted to open their hair salon.
Texas.
Say it like
Texas.
Yeah. Yeehaw, everybody.
Yeah.
Texas.
Those are your guns.
Everything.
Bang, bang.
I was just joking, kind of like at a neon sign type thing. Anyway, Texas. Everything's big in Texas, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Get to the point. Bigger. Let's go. Right. Come on. I want to hear this.
A woman that was opening her hair salon got arrested. You would not expect that.
No, I wouldn't.
I saw a clip of the Zoom court meeting, and she was told that she could apologize and promise not to open until it's time.
And that's good enough?
And they'll say, good day.
And I bet she didn't.
And she did not.
She could not. Yeah. She couldn't bring herself to eat crow. This is what they mean by pride comes before the fall.
They're gonna feed her crow in prison.
She's not going to prison. She'll go to white lady jail.
Well, you know what I mean. Anyhow, that's a good opening to a movie, though.
Silly.
Like a Caged Heat movie, type thing.
Where was it?
Come on, please. Texas. It's Texas, man.
Yeah. So like when people are like California, thing in California happened. Yeah.
It's funny because I talk to people and they don't know the difference between Southern and Northern California.
California's pretty big, man. It's a big state.
Well, they don't even realize that like San Diego and LA are like,
hours,
a few hundred miles apart. Yeah.
Hours apart. Yeah.
And then you got up here, which is even more hours apart. And it's a big state. And I don't doubt that Texas isn't a big state. I just don't know. Regardless, she's in jail for
Do not get involved in reporting. That's my advice to you. Or if you do, just always get it wrong, right? Mm-hmm. Always. Every time. Never do it right. Be like, where did you hear this? And be like, up yours. Yeah. Fake news. I'm out. Well,
it's funny. It's like, oh, God, we are either in California, we're either so well prepared and awesome that we were ahead of this and we've done everything that we need to do, or else we're the biggest suckers in having to deal with this at all this way, And of course, I hear people talking about federal aid, and of course Trump came out and said something about states helping states, and then California and New York are trending on Twitter because it's like, well, duh, more money goes from us to you. And they're talking about, like the Dakota type states and, red states. And it's a big old fight. It's a fight. It's a fight right now.
I know how to get money from the federal government into the hands of states.
All I know is like blue right there. Dodger blue. It's the only fight I want to get into. Korean baseball. People are watching that even. Can you believe that? They're so starved. They'll watch Korean baseball. I watched like 3 seconds of it. And I'm like, oh, ooh, this isn't good. But yeah, so California is opening up on Friday, and there's going to be curbside service available. I think we're just going to sell toilet paper and open up a week or two from now. That's what I think I'm going to do.
Comics could be considered toilet paper.
No, well, definitely a lot of comics from the last 8 years.
Just advertise that you're selling toilet paper, but go ahead and sell comic books. And it's a toilet paper.
Well, no, I'm being serious.
Yeah. And I'm telling you how to get around it legally. That won't
just sell toilet paper.
I should be a lawyer. You should be a journalist, and I should be a lawyer. Yeah, it'll be like Hunter S. Thompson and Gonzo, and it'll not work at all. But we would get drugs. That's the important part. Drugs.
Wait. Now you're trying to get.
Yes.
You're trying to get this screen killed again. Stop it.
You show that crotch shot again.
Hold on.
Just do coke.
I think methamphetamine's fine. What does he know about it?
Well, it's funny. I didn't clip the crotch shot because that wasn't what interested me. It was the fall. If you notice, she fell back onto the top of a chair.
Man.
Boom. And that was a hard hit. And that woman looked like she was trying to help her, but was holding like the bottom part of her calf. You weren't helping anything. I mean, were you helping?
That's actually her mortal enemy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm never going to another wedding with that bitch again.
I wonder if she can walk after that. I mean, she didn't look good.
She got up. She was doing it. So then I cut that middle scene, and the wrestling part was The Miz not catching the person he was supposed to catch. Kind of like the chair did a better job than The Miz. Oh, I'm so sad that you're never going to get to see it again. But it was funny to me. Oh, maybe it was The Miz. It's WWE. That little bit, really? I bet it was that, now that I think about it.
Run it again.
No, I'm not.
Why not?
Well, because we know. Yeah, exactly. And Jill, just like Jill says, The Miz never catches no one. I like that.
Don't make that person a police officer. You see, Jill, puns aren't funny.
All right, I want to share one last thing with you guys that hopefully won't get me in trouble. So wait, right before that. Fantastic Comics is going to, on Saturday, rent a truck, and we're going to take all our big stuff over to the new location. I've already been getting it ready and cleaning it up and all that other stuff. So we're going to get all the heavy stuff, like the long table that's going to be in the store, and we're going to get the bookshelves and all that stuff, and we're just going to put them in a big truck, and we're going to drive them over there, and over Saturday and Sunday, we're going to move everything hopefully in. And then as that week goes on, we're going to get our computers set up and our internet and everything changed over if it isn't already. Ta-da! We will be ready to open probably when new comics are supposed to be shipped from Diamond on the 20th, 27th. I can't understand what's actually happening. And it also doesn't talk about all the stuff I was supposed to have prior to that. So Jeffrey has been on the phone with Diamond, or wait, no, he hasn't, because nobody answers and nobody calls back either. And holy cow. So if anybody is in town and wants to help lift some heavy stuff, Saturday is going to be the day. Sunday is going to be repacking boxes that we didn't have enough of for everything so that we can move them where they belong. It should be fun, and I'll buy some food, and we can each take turns in a very big space lifting our mass over and eating pizza Spider-Man style. Anyway, but anybody that knows about that already or is going to be contacted. So that's what's happening at the end of this week and the end of next week, and then hopefully sometime during that we'll be open with a barrier between our front door and you can point from afar what you want, and we'll go and get it for you. Or something like that. We'll figure it out. Oh, yeah. Are you even allowed to drive and leave your state? I mean, please. Do you really want to cross county lines? Especially if they're arresting hairdressers for opening their store in Texas? All right, here we go. This is going to be the big share now. This is from my Twitter account. I like this. That doesn't mean I like this, but I wanted to show you, so I liked it. This is for you Star Wars fans out there. Have you seen this?
Oh, Pete closed. Stop.
Plastic gun. It's a plastic gun. Are you serious?
All right, what do you think of that?
Sad. Just sad.
Any Star Wars fan? That was how May the 4th be with you was celebrated in Canada yesterday.
That was Canada?
That's what I heard, yeah. Holy cow. So one free comic book day, like the second or third year we did it, we have had the stormtroopers come in from the 501st. And we also have a former employee of Comic Relief who is part of, it's a G.I. Joe. It's a G.I. Joe one. I can't remember what they're called right now. It doesn't matter. He dresses up, like Storm Shadow and stuff, obviously the bad guys. So the G.I. Joe guys are coming around with guns that look good. But they're, fake guns. They even have like a red tip on the front, an orange tip. So you know that it's not a real gun. And someone called and got the cops and they had to leave. Oh, damn.
I got a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's take actual assault rifles and just spray paint the muzzles red.
Okay. Sounds fine. Will that work? Will that be a thing?
Bright orange. The cops will never know.
I don't know what to tell you. It's G.I. Joe. Usually guys that look like Snake Eyes that have guns are just guys that look like Snake Eyes with fake guns, regardless of how real they look.
Yeah.
If it's a real gun and it doesn't have a trigger, whew. Come on, man. But the guy with the sword is okay to hang around. In a comic store, a sword will do just fine. Thank you.
That's true.
Cut a book too, and that will really upset me.
Yeah. Well, there's only so much damage that guy can do before he gets wrestled to the ground with his
that was
sword.
A woman in that storm trooper costume, I do believe. Also. Yeah.
So those cops really lucked out.
Dude, laser guns. The thing is they don't know stormtroopers can't hit anything.
They're the most well-trained fighting force in the galaxy, Yule.
Geez Louise. Look at this. Jeez. I don't know if it was in reference to that, but it is now. All right. How's it going, ATM?
Great.
All right. One other thing. This is Allegiance Arts is a company that just came into being. All right, I'm going to share the screen again. No audio this time. Oh, wait. All right, here we go. Allegiance Arts. It's 4 comic books that are being distributed at different Walmarts near you. See this? Near you. And there's 4. So the 4 books are Nora's Saga. And there's people that have worked in comics that are working in these. Kelsey Shannon's a cool artist. The Futurist is it's drawn by Butch Guice. He's a classic guy. Red Rooster is by the people that are starting the company Allegiance, and it's Mitch Breitweiser. And then Bass Reeves is done by Kevin Grievix, who did Blue Marvel for Marvel, and his brother shops in our store. Isn't that cool? Anyway, they're at Walmarts near you. So You know how many times I've ever shopped at a Walmart?
Well, given that you're stubborn, I would say 0.
It's true. I have bought 0 things from a Walmart before.
Yep. Yep.
But I'm willing to go in and get this. So I went into a Walmart, and let me tell you, it's a madhouse.
Because of those?
Well, I mean, number one, everybody was wearing a mask. I was proud of everybody.
Yeah.
I was a little upset with the people that were trying to cut in front of me after I walked through this whole long thing where, no people were. But they just felt they could, get in. I was kind of giving them the evil eye. That's what this is like now, oh, you didn't go down the line, 6 feet apart from everybody, whether there was, people there or not. They're just going to cut ahead. Or you're going to cough. If you cough in public, oh my God, you might as well be dead. Sneeze. And then you got a mask on and you sneeze. Oh, it's horrible. Horrible.
Giving it back to yourself.
What is it? I mean, oh my God. Are you ever going to go to a movie again? I mean, you might not have wanted
I hadn't
to
gone
anyway.
to a movie in more than a year before this happened, so probably not.
Yeah. I mean,
I
went to the Avengers ones.
I would go to Dune. I'll go to Dune when that comes out in a year or so.
Right.
But that's probably... And
maybe
maybe
wear a mask
able
when
to
you do that?
Maybe I'll wear a still suit, bitch.
Oh, so you're going to go in costume. You're going to cosplay.
With a tube up my nose and my own feces between my legs.
Your socks between your... Wait, what?
That's how still suits work, man. They recycle your poo-poo, your pee-pee, and your air, and your breath, and all that stuff. I mean, they're supposed to be like these desert survival suits. Super badass. And everybody wants a tube up their butt.
I don't really want it up my butt.
Yeah,
but,
you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do.
That is kind of weird, R. Mole. Is it Richard Mole? Like Bull Shannon?
I love that show.
Dun,
Night
dun,
Court.
Wait, no, that's Barney Miller, right?
Night Court.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo, Taco Tuesday, and then Corona beer. We can say Corona. I've heard that's not a problem. I think it was the Gavin Newsom thing, or the WWE,
or the crotch shot.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. When a person doesn't wear a mask, you look at them and you're like, come on. Really? Or I don't know. What this is going to be like a fashion thing eventually. I mean, it kind of already is, and it's always been.
Aren't you getting ads on YouTube for like designer mouth
I've
coverings?
seen the one that like covers up like you're almost like a BMX bike rider or something like that.
Dude, you can get really badass ones with like skull teeth and stuff. And like you could truly become a badass in this era by wearing one of those. Like truly badass.
Yeah. Yes, you could.
Yeah, you could.
Huh. Okay, so the thing about that Allegiance Arts in Walmart, I couldn't find it at that Walmart.
They might not be a big enough Walmart.
Well, I looked at the locations of the different Walmarts, and there's 2 in my area. I went to the one that it was supposed to be at. Not only did I go a day or 2 early, I went today when it was supposed to be in. And I have it on my phone because the Brightwisers took a picture next to the red display that was going to have all of the comics in them, all 4 comic books. And it was supposed to be like in the books or magazine section. So I went over there.
They have a book section?
They do. Yeah. It's, like a Stephen King and, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Popular.
Yeah. And there's magazines, there's little kids books, that type of stuff. It's not extensive, but this was the Walmart that was supposed to have it. And it hangs on like an end cap display. It's already done. It's been made for you. You don't have to do any work whatsoever. You just got to take it, put it, done.
Maybe they didn't have them.
All right. Well, if you're starting your company and this is your big ass deal, that's like a big deal. That's not good.
No, but it's also not their fault that there's a pandemic going on right now.
No. These books are in other stores in America in different Walmarts, but it's not in this one. You know what I mean? Now, I remember being a Target employee, and those NFL little Super Pro figures came out back in those days. They also did baseball and whatnot. And like the Joe Montana, there was hardly any of those as a 49er. And that was like a big deal. Hide it in the back. So I understand that might happen. But, you go up to an employee and you show the picture on your phone of, hey, look, this is a Walmart, like this Walmart. And here is a picture of these fools with their comic books. What's the deal? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then you think about all the people in Walmart that work there. Who knows about it that I could talk to? Because it's a Walmart, right?
That is the wrong question for Walmart.
I mean, I'm thinking like, oh man, maybe I should go to the McDonald's person and maybe they have a better idea of what happened to it than anybody that's working in socks right now.
Yule, I feel like your inexperience with Walmart is kind of your fault.
Well, no.
You don't shop at Walmart. So you don't understand how these things work. You can't talk to anybody at Walmart.
Well, that's my point. You are a comic book fan, and you know about these things. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that I can get Nora's Saga at Walmart. I know I could get Red Rooster at Walmart, right?
Red Rooster.
Is that what it's called?
That's the one I'd buy. Red Rooster.
I'll tell you more about that in a second. There's a lot of people that are upset about that book.
Oh God.
I'll tell you why.
Are they Twitter trash?
No. It's nothing like that. It's not bad.
They're real people. Okay.
Dude, I love the Brightwisers. They're like really pretty people. They're kind of like J. Crew. They live out in the wherever and
somewhere in Texas.
No, I don't think it's Texas, but I forget. Arkansas, maybe.
Maybe it's America. Maybe they live
somewhere in America.
Yeah.
Not one of those states that. You know what I mean? Anyhow, I know about this book, and I've gone to a Walmart, something I almost never do, and I can't get that book, even though it's supposed to be here. All right, so you've already are in a store where it's going to be very difficult for a person like me to get that stuff, at least out here. Okay, for whatever reason. Person in the back of the store, they don't give a shit. They didn't get it. They probably don't care because it's some freaking comic book. I don't care about it because I'm in Walmart. I got to put these fucking bananas out. I got to, I got a tire. Or, we don't do guns anymore. I got to lock them up somewhere. I don't know. It's Walmart. I don't care about comic books. I already got these magazines and stupid Stephen King books. And it's a big boon that these guys are in Walmart. There's over 3,000 stores that are carrying their comic books. You know what I mean? This is a potentially, it's a big boom for this company. The problem with Red Rooster is that Mitch Breitweiser crowdfunded that comic book, and it was supposed to be in our hands like over a year ago. And during that time, he was building this deal with Walmart, a comic store. I'm sorry, it's not a comic store. It's a place that has comic books. So I hear. I can't find them because they're not where they're supposed to be. And nobody in the store knows about it. Even though I show them pictures of it, I still haven't got my crowdfunded comic book either. And that's a bummer. And that's why a lot of people are upset with this situation. And there's my rant about Allegiance Arts in Walmart. And it also ties into the fact that comics are only in the direct market for the most part. It's only in comic book stores. And I want DC and Marvel to pay attention because it failed when you were in Barnes & Noble and you allowed returnability. And you don't allow returnability for comic stores. And comic stores are the only ones that are selling your shit. And that's real. I mean, they might be doing it online and it might be Amazon undercutting us or whatever. But your comics aren't being purchased where you think people would care about them. And even if people do care about them and can go to some convenience store, how do you know that the person behind the register is even putting that shit out or even cares or it even got there, or they just, again, don't even care? So comic stores, I think it's kind of, if this doesn't fly and do really well for Allegiance Arts, and granted, Allegiance Arts isn't Spider-Man and it's not Batman, but there's no Spider-Man out there right now. There's no Batman out there right now. No Superman, no big books or anything like that. They're coming, but it's a slow process that's happening depending on your store opening up. And if you wanted to go to Walmart and get these books, or, hey, you're just some Jane Blow that's in Walmart and you're like, a comic book. Huh, that's quaint. I'll take a look at this. But if it's not out there, they're never going to see that either. And you can't make someone that works at, I got to put shoes out. I got to put socks and got to put, shirts back on hangers. I don't care about your goddamn comic book. And not only that, a comic book is only going to make them so much also. That shirt probably is going to make them more money. That Stephen King book probably makes them more money. Whoo! Comic books. There you go. Let's do this.
Real good.
All right.
Did you blow up?
No, that's comic books. All right, one last thing. Supposedly, more publishers are getting in the lunar distribution and, that other company that's distributing the DC Comics. They're asking about it or trying to get involved. Supposedly it's not Marvel, but could it only be a matter of time? If this thing keeps going on, I don't know, man. It's just interesting. That's all I want to say about that. Anyhow, let's look at chat for a second.
Say hi to Fantinuum.
Diablo
Hashcraft.
Diablo Hashcraft.
He just said
hi, everybody. But we are we're gonna have comics soon. We're gonna be open soon. We're gonna be open before we get new comics. So we'll be, if you hadn't got anything recently, then we'll have stuff available. And then we're gonna have hopefully the weeks. I don't know how this is gonna work out. There's gonna be a glut of comics, and the only problem is, are my customers actually going to be able to come by and pick them up, And I think every store in the country has to deal with that also. I asked you last week, when do you think people will be back to spending normally? And you said years. Well, I don't have to sell new comic books to be open and successful in my location.
Your new location?
In my new location, yes.
You don't have to be open.
No. Well, did I say open?
I thought so.
I said if I was open, I don't need to sell new comic books.
Okay.
To be successful in my new location.
So you can get by just selling old stuff, back issues.
Well, the thing is that if I look, I could just do manga and all ages, and I could supplement all my Marvel and DC trades only from like different companies. So as far as the main storylines and Killing Joke and Dark Knight Returns and all the new stuff, I can get it. And I can probably get it from a company that can get it to me faster than Diamond or even Lunar or whoever the hell it is that's distributing that isn't Diamond out to the West Coast.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, I already have a First Second account. I already have a Scholastic account. When we open, right before the day we open or the week before we open, I'm doing a Scholastic, a real open, not this stuff that we got going on now. But you know, when you don't have to wear a mask to come in my store, when I can have more than 3 people at one time, not including the guy behind the register at one time, you know, that will be a day then we're really open. But when we're going to be opening that way, I'm going to do a Scholastic order. And that's not through Diamond. I piss off, Diamond. You know, you've done shit for us as far as this whole thing is concerned. And I don't know if I could figure out a way to get my comic books from a different place I don't know. I've thought about it. I don't have the loyalty to the one person that I've been ordering from since I've been working for Rory, you know. Not that I was always doing it, but I was involved, you know, or, you know, at least shelving and all that stuff. So no, I'm not a fan. I mean, we've had like really horrible, yeah, I'm not a fan. I could easily drop them. And the only reason why I haven't is because it's easier to keep the order going the way it is. And I also don't know what's going to happen with these other companies going forward. So I'm in a, what does Jill say? I'm in a Stockholm syndrome is what I'm in right now. And Diamond's had it that way for comic store owners for years. And there's even been people on the internet that are like, comic stores, you're the ones that are enabling Marvel and DC to have their business practices that they have. And it's like, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm just trying to buy Spider-Man because I like it. Or I'm just trying to buy, you know, something because other people like it. And that's the only reason why I'm buying this stuff, because I think people are going to like it. And it's been established in the past that they might. But Marvel and DC do have some pretty predatory practices sometimes. Marvel more than DC, when it comes to how you have to order your stuff to get, like, you know, bonus books and that kind of stuff. And it's not totally cool. Marvel's not totally cool, but I mean, as far as like me enabling them, or I'm complicit in the fact that they, you know, well, what about the person that bought it? You know, what about the person that bought it from the person that bought it? You know, put it up on eBay, got it signed, got it slabbed, and all that other stuff. There's so many fish in that sea when it comes to somebody touching the money or someone, you know, and it's just, it's ridiculous to blame a comic store. We're just trying to buy comics so that people can come in the store and snub their nose at it eventually, obviously. Right. That's the only reason why we're around. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. Piss off, Diamond. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't get that one. The fans are demanding more Ironheart. They are. Where is she? I need more Riri Williams. That's what I say. All right. That's what I say. More Riri Williams. Okay, so. Oh, yeah. And lastly, did you see that Elon Musk and, oh, God, I can't remember her name, had a kid? Did you see the name of the kid?
No.
It's right down there, right after crowdfunding. Oh, I have to show you some crowdfunding also.
Oh, I definitely didn't see whatever it was.
It's X, and it's that AE symbol.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that AE symbol mean?
I don't know, dude. It's not our language.
And then A12.
That's the kid's name?
That's the kid's name. Are you impressed?
Elon Musk is hilarious.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a woman in him. Like, I mean, I didn't know he was associated with any woman. I just figured he was a complete and utter weirdo.
Oh, he's a complete and utter weirdo, but no, he does have a lady involved.
And I didn't know.
I think she's like a rock or she's a something star, you know, whatever.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to share screen with you one last time to introduce you to a new Kickstarter. So, you know, there's comic books that are available to you if you didn't know. New materials. Obviously, Alterna is a company you can order straight from, but there's also crowdfunding like Kickstarter and Indiegogo. And this is a Kickstarter one that I wanted to point out to you. So let me just do that right here. All right. This is Cosmic Detective. It's a sci-fi noir tale, and it's written by Jeff Lemire and Matt Kindt with art by David Rubin. And these guys have all pretty much worked together in the past. Matt Kindt and Dave Rubin on Ether, Jeff Lemire and Matt Kindt on like Black Hammer and Their Friends, and
Matt Kindt worked on Black Hammer.
Yeah, he did like an issue. It was like a fun, these guys getting together, work on an issue kind of issue book. And also Kindt's worked on Sweet Tooth, which was a Lemire book, and I think Lemire's done covers for Kindt, and then Rubin's done like different books with both of them, I think. Anyway, this crowdfunded comic book has only been 2 days going. It's already met its $35,000 goal, and it's at $77,000 right now.
Good.
Is that pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah, that's great.
Pretty sweet. So if your favorite comic isn't coming out, maybe your favorite comic creator is actually doing something. If you will remember, let me see if I can get this. Oh, this is stupid. Search. Jimmy Palmiotti. There it is. Why did it do that? There it is. He did a Pop Kill book, and it has 14 days to go, and it met its goal of $30K. It's at $45,000 right now. And this is Jimmy Palmiotti and Dave Johnson and Juan Santa Cruz. They've all worked at Marvel, DC, and whatnot. And don't show that. We don't want to get in trouble. And anyway, so this is a project that's going on. These are comic pros. You can get their comics if you're willing to pay some money for them. There you go. That's the crowdfunding thing going on right now. There's
Does
also
that actually work?
Well, you just saw 2 examples where they're doing okay.
Yeah, but I mean,
how many
fail? How many fail?
All right, so it's often, there's a lot of conversation about that. If you can build up your audience and your audience is actually willing to spend money, you can do very successfully.
That's what Patreon's for. That's what Kickstarter's for. I mean, I get that, but
well, Patreon is giving me money up front for something that might come across your door later on. So Amanda Palmer, Neil Gaiman's wife, I think that's her name, Palmer. She has done Patreon and then ultimately made an album that would not be a record company type album. And it made that available for all those people. I don't know in what way, but so that's an example of Patreon working. When you do Kickstarter, it is for a promise of goods going forward. And, Kickstarter has a name. Of course, we also saw that they might be, hurting financially. So, you got to wonder what, how that's going. It's probably like corporate, shareholder type stuff, but even still. And then there's Indiegogo, and there's a whole other group of comic book people like Sean Gordon Murphy, Ethan Van Sciver, and Dan Fraga recently. He's an old 90s comic artist. They've all gone through the Indiegogo route. And then certain people like She artist Tucci, I can't remember his first name. He has gone through both of them, and also so has Lady Death. Brian Polito, I think, has gone through both companies. So some people do the double dip. Some people only stick with Kickstarter. Some people do Indiegogo, and then sometimes they waffle back and forth. Like Doug TenNapel has done that, and he's Earthworm Jim guy. So there's a lot of crowdfunding comics going out there with a lot of pros. And then also there's a whole bunch of other people that aren't necessarily pros that want to be, and crowdfunding is potentially a way for them to go forward. Also, my buddy Antonio Bryce, who does the Wrestling Council with me, he has a successfully crowdfunded campaign called Brand, and now he's doing the sequel to that called Way of the Gun. And on that, you can get, I should bring that up, you could get there's the ability to get the first issue for that also. And that is actually drawn by a guy named Kanan White, who has done books that I've had in the store that weren't involved with Antonio Bryce. So there's there's other not known mainstream comic illustrators that are actually out there doing things also. So as comic stores start to dwindle, as the viability of comics in other areas maybe prove fruitless, and as Diamond is maybe ceding power to other companies that might be, again, fruitless going forward, we are now seeing a new, well, it's not new, crowdfunding isn't new, but we are seeing professionals say, I don't know if I need that corporate behemoth behind me when I could just service a bunch of people at the best of my ability all the time. What artist doesn't love to do that anyway? I could take my sweet ass time to deliver this one really great product for somebody that paid me for this time way better than a company did. Now all I have to do is fulfill it, Red Rooster. Whoo, clip that.
Isn't that your don't you have to clip it?
Yeah, I do.
Well, don't forget.
Minutes. Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. Let me put this up. I want to let everybody know that you can follow Fantastic Comics on all social media. Well, some social medias. Instagram, Facebook, Patreon. We already talked about that. Yeah, there you go. Oh, and also, you might notice we have 2 new names added at the end. These are new Patreon members. Everybody say hello to Matt, Scruffy Nate, Rebecca, and ASY. Thank you very much. We appreciate everybody that has helped us out. We have paid some bills. Thank you. We didn't make any money in order to make that happen, so you actually made that happen. And we are also working towards a bigger goal that will maybe not prove as fruitless as maybe Walmart comic books. If you want to follow me, Yule Carter, you can just follow me, Yule Carter, on YouTube. Sometimes I will have comics that I review that I can't do for the store, or maybe something else like a Sondheim video with my girlfriend. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Filthy Burger and Twitter at Big Blue Yule. I'm sorry that those aren't the same, but that's just the way it goes. And if you love YouTube videos, then I recommend you take a look at these. All right. Let's see what we've got going here. Yule has the info. I always have the info, dude. Let me tell you. Oh, Etienne, you're not saying anything. I bored you?
I don't think my input is necessary for that.
All right. Well, I want to tell everybody some bad news. So Jeff didn't want to make it to the show today. That's Jeff H. And I asked him if I could ask about or tell about this. He said he's been in a funk lately because a close family friend died of COVID. So I want to send that out to Jeff, and if anybody else wants to think good thoughts, and we hope he'll come back and do a review with us someday.
He has a lot of friends and family on the East Coast.
And the East Coast is opening up. Well, at least a lot of it.
I mean, Massachusetts isn't. I mean, New York's talking about it. It's getting worse in Massachusetts, from what I understand.
I've heard that. I've heard a lot of places, but is this again, the tail end of finding out and all that other stuff? But
Texas liking it bigger and all that. They did their old soft opening on the 1st, so we'll see in 2 weeks. I'm just gonna wait 2 weeks and we'll see. I was supposed to go to a wedding in like the 30th, towards the end of the month, and I don't want to go, but family obligations and all that. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. When is that again?
End of the month.
Whew. That's not going to happen.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go, Mom. If you're listening, and I know you're not.
All right. Well, everybody, I want everybody to know that I also have an upcoming show that I'm going to be on called Critical Blast. Who knows? This might be my very last one, since I might actually be working on Wednesdays again soon. But tomorrow at 5 o'clock Pacific time, I'll be talking with those dudes about what it's like to own a comic store and not sell comics right now. I always have something to say, amazingly, but there's never really anything about the store other than, yeah, we're closed right now. I mean, I want to pull the trigger on some other stuff, but it's just not available to us right now. So first move, then going forward. Anyway, you can find me on YouTube on Critical Blast. They also have an Instagram. They seem like cool enough dudes, and I've gone back a few times. Anyway. Also, I've been on Thinking Critical. Some of those have had like thousands of views. So how embarrassing for me, huh?
Definitely.
And I'm like, oh my God. It's so what am I doing? And then, like, every once in a while I'll be like, oh, that's a pretty good point. I'm not the major idiot I think I am sometimes. All right, check this out. I went to the store today because I wanted to mop up the new location. So I went to the 1708, the new location.
Oh,
went to the old store to get the bucket for mopping and all that stuff. And I cleaned up the store, the new location, and I mopped in there as best I could at the time. Clean the windows, just make the place look nice, get rid of the cobwebs and everything. But when I went to the old store, there was a letter mailed to us.
Well, some handwritten old addressing right there.
It's pretty sweet, actually. And you know what else? Oh, maybe I should. Dude, this is awesome. This is so cool. Yeah, it's for Chip Sullivan, landscape cartoonist.
What does that mean?
I don't know. We'll have to look into it sometime.
I bet he'll paint your windows.
I don't know, but he gave me a check for 100 bones. That's pretty sweet. Pretty amazing. It's like there's a letter here. Anyway, that's pretty awesome.
Did it make you cry?
I didn't cry. No.
You gotta have to give that money back then.
Well, do I have to cry?
Yeah.
Like a cam girl or something like that?
Well, I don't want to see your tits, but yeah.
I'll have to think of Pochi. If I do think of Pochi, I might start crying, actually. So let me bring some pictures up from him if you'd like to see. Would you like to see some death pictures?
You already crashed the internet with the Grim Reaper on the beach, so.
Don't die, champ. Don't die, champ.
Jeez. I wonder if he was that? No. I wonder if that guy was overheating in that suit on the beach. It's hot there, isn't it?
In Florida?
Yeah.
I assume. I'm humid, right?
People are going to the beach.
Old people go there.
Well, you can have really cold and humid too. That really sucks. But
cold and humid, really?
Oh yeah. That's why San Francisco is so cold in the summer. It's humid, man, and it gets cold and it gets in your bones.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
I think of it differently, but okay, very cool. I'm sure science cares more than I do.
Science.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about a failing industry, right? Whew.
Man, tell me about it. If they can't come up with some inoculation for this, what good are they?
Yeah, if they can't come up with a vaccine in 2 months, geez, science, get out of here.
What good are you? Haven't we put everything into this one thing? Why isn't it done yet?
You mean all of our eggs into this one basket?
Well, right now, that's the only basket that matters, I think.
You mean the planet Earth, right?
Oh, the planet Earth is doing way well. It's the humans that aren't doing so great right now, I think.
Yeah, all of our eggs are in this one basket, though.
I'm just talking about the COVID basket.
Come on, Elon, get us off this rock. Come on, buddy.
Not the Earth basket.
Come on, buddy.
Just to remind you, her name,
Let's get the moon
its
going.
name, I don't even know, is that. And
it's Greek or something, man. I don't know what that means.
If we don't open in 2/3 weeks, I might be selling the concept of digital comics to people. So you might have to come back here just so I can.
How do you sell that?
Eloquently. I'm not. Well, I am. It's like I'll be like this. I'll be like, hey, everybody, I'm going to share screen right now. And in Comixology right now, there is a sale on The Vision. Everybody, Tom King's The Vision. You can get all 12 issues for a very, very low price of 99 cents. I recommend it. This guy is an Eisner, blah, 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 blah. That's what this show will be soon. You ready for that? Well, this segment will be that.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm in.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Chaos.
Oh, yeah. I'll be the guy that claps and cheers. Like during the whole thing, I'll be what do they call that guy? I'm the laugh track. I'll be the laugh track.
Yeah,
and the clapping guy and the.
Yeah. Well, you can get a soundboard for that, and that might work a little bit better. Well, I think that's OBS though.
That's something that you would do. You would outsource my job. I see how it is.
No, you could still push the button.
Oh, thanks.
But I don't want you putting fart noises where they don't belong.
I got to push the button, guys.
Yeah.
I get to push the button.
You did. I didn't put Matt on this one. I'm very sorry, Matt. I don't think I had room. I shortened a lot of stuff, but I got a few that I can still do. Anyway, there you go. That's our show, everybody. Oh, no, wait. I'm just joking. I have one thing I want to share with you still. Let me get this out.
Kidding.
Just kidding. I have a comic book I want to share with everybody. I'm going to share a favorite comic book of mine from when I was a kid. Are you ready for this?
Was it Playboy?
Playboy isn't a comic.
Kinda. It's got cartoons in it.
No, what is that, ATN?
That is a Marvel published Star Wars comic.
All right, so the thing about Marvel Star Wars is that Marvel Star Wars worked from the original The Star Wars script. So there are actually scenes in the first 6 issues of the comic book that don't make it into the movie. And since the movie came out, they had to fill in, issues until another movie came out, and they were still working off that original script. So it's funny that a lot of the characters that get made up in this comic book kind of make a, I don't know, they kind of have influence on some of the future characters just a bit. But that's not what this is about. This is about a story of Luke's past on Tatooine when he was a kid. But it starts off with him on the Millennium Falcon.
Don't lie.
Okay, what?
That's not the Millennium Falcon.
What is it?
I don't know,
it's
man.
It's the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon.
Doesn't look like it.
Trust me, it is. Also, this is written and edited by Archie Goodwin with a plot by Chris Claremont and art by Herb Trimpe and Al Milgrom. Yeah.
Funny.
What's funny about that?
Chat's funny.
Oh, what are they saying? Please tell me.
They said that comic book was something you couldn't sell.
How dare you? Actually, that's not true. And the thing about this comic book is if you get the Marvel Epic reproductions of the Marvel comic books,
yeah, they
don't have 17 in it.
17.
One goes all the way to 16, and the other one picks up at 18, but 17's not in it. And I looked.
That one issue.
And I'll have you know, I didn't not sell this. I have not put this out for sale because I wanted to read it.
I think that one comic book cannot possibly make you enough money.
Well, you don't think I can make $3 off this comic book after I talk about it?
I don't think that's enough money.
This is a tale. Well, in my new location, $3 makes all the difference in the world. Buy back
new locations like in Nevada, in the desert, in the middle of nowhere.
You can't even understand. So anyway, he's thinking back in the past. And the thing I liked about this comic book is that this gives a visual interpretation of some of the things that Luke said in the original Star Wars: A New Hope.
Let me guess, that's a Womp Rat.
That's a Womp Rat. Isn't that cool? And he's talking about shooting Womp. Oh man, they're blah, 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 shooting something with the Womp Rat. I don't want to get a strike, or else I'd play that clip for you. Anyway, here's Luke in a land speeder shooting down Womp Rats. And you can see this ominous threat of the sand people in the distance.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, you go back to Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. They
live in an igloo.
And they live in an igloo in the desert. and what do they do? Do you remember?
They're farmers. I don't know.
What kind of farmers are they? Do you remember?
Bacteria farmers. I don't know.
Water farmers is what they are.
Okay, so condensers and stuff. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. So he needs a new droid. Without that droid, he can't install those new vaporators. So that's a big deal. Anyway, Luke promises that he'll do this stuff. He just wants to go for this this meetup with his buddies out on the beach, and finally he's allowed to do so.
The sand beach.
Sand beach. Well, it's not really that.
It's where the sand meets the sand.
Here's a whole nice little vision of the future of what his life might possibly be. Of course, he saves the damsel in distress.
Yep, I was just going to ask. Stuff. Who is it? Who's the little lady?
It's not Leia, though. Well. Anyhow. So they're going to Beggar's Canyon, which is another thing from the movie that they talk about. It's just like blah, blah, blahing in Beggar's Canyon. And he's talking to Biggs, and look, it's Biggs right there. He's alive. And they do a race that is, in the canyon, and it's very dangerous.
And now Biggs isn't alive anymore.
Well, he's not alive anymore, but at this time he is.
Yeah.
And they have to do this whole shooting this Womp Rat burrow, which is the reason why Luke is so adept to blowing up the Death Star, I guess.
Yeah, he's been practicing.
He has been practicing blowing up Womp Rat dens and stuff like that. Anyway, here he is having a race with his buddies, and Biggs actually ends up winning. They're all partying and everything, and Luke's a little sour because Biggs is going off to be a big old rebel pilot, and he's stuck down water farming and all that stuff when a land speeder gets blown up off in the distance, and they go and, I love letters pages. I'm not going to get into it. I just wanted to show you that this is something that they used to call letters page. And when you were a fan of a comic and you wanted to show your approval or disapproval, you would write in. And almost always there would be a letter that would say, I know you don't ever print negative letters, but blah, 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 blah. And those are in here. And sometimes those are from people that actually write comic books in the future. And it's such a shame that we don't have that in most comic books these days. All right. Rant over. This dude is dying from a sand person attack. There's all sorts of fighting going on. And Luke and Biggs go to do something. They're going to go get help. And Biggs gets skewered by... What kind of a weapon do you think that is that sand person has?
It's a cudgel spear.
Is that what it is? A cudgel spear?
I don't know. It's got a cudgel on one end and a spear on the other.
All right, very good. A cudgel spear. And it has poison on it. Look at that. And Luke has to fly Biggs to safety. He has to go through the canyon. This is Diablo Cut, where everybody dies if you go through here. And he is able to make it. He gets back home. and saves everybody, basically.
What a hero.
What a hero. And then, of course, Luke's going to have all these future adventures going forward. And Han Solo relieves him. And it's just, I love that issue. It's just one of my favorite Star Wars issues. So, I actually don't like movie books or TV comic books that much, but this is one of those that it references the movie. It has elements of the past of something that they talked about, and it meant something to me more than almost any of the other books. Sorry, I cut you off.
Whatever.
I talked over you.
I don't care, man.
Coffee Junkie wrote a letter to a comic once.
I did as well.
Wait. This is a Dune ripoff? I don't think this is such a Dune ripoff, is it?
The desert planet Arrakis.
Well, I mean, give me a break.
I don't know specifically what Sequential Geek is referring to, but I mean, George Lucas wasn't famous for having like actual biomes on his planets.
Wow, no way someone's gonna spend three. Well, anyway, like I said, that Star Wars book is not in collected form.
So charge $5.
It's like they don't. It's like they don't want that to exist.
8. Let's charge 8. Come on, let's put it up on eBay. 10.
We're gonna do it 8.
15.
Hey, not in collection.
15. Yeah, do it.
Yeah, he doesn't. You're not a Biggs fan, obviously. I mean, Biggs and Wedge. I mean, he was the only guy to live through all the movies. He was a stud.
Wedge lived?
Yeah, Wedge lived at least the first 3 or middle 3 movies.
Huh.
Yeah, he's the only other person, any not star, to live in the movies, basically. Oh, I try not to say that word anymore either.
Movies?
Basically. It's one of every time I do a video. Oh yeah, everybody, you should check out the Fantastic Comics page if you haven't already. We have a new video of me doing a review of Action Comics #1 and New X-Men #127, both written by Grant Morrison. I almost cried during that, just to let you know. And if you can figure out where, I was thinking of this check. I just want you to know this check right here.
Money.
Money. Exactly. Anyhow, everybody, don't forget we have a Patreon. These are all our new members, minus Matt. He'll be in the scroll later.
You're gonna have to do something about that, man.
I am doing something about it. As of right now, anybody that gives to the Patreon is a fan of this show, a fan of the store, and just wants to help out. But there might be something more in the future. We're working on it. But we need to have space in order to do what we're going to do, and we have to know what we have going forward as far as the store is concerned. There's a lot of things up in the air, and like I said, Diamond, our distributor, has not gotten back to us. And again, screw Diamond. It further emboldens me to say screw Diamond. And that's and I feel the same thing with our governor. I feel the same thing with Gavin. Like our city leaders. They're not really enforcing what we're not supposed to do, and they're not letting us know what we're supposed to do. I feel like he's springing on this on us right now. And it was like, the end of the week, we're up to phase 2. Don't you worry about it. Were we on phase 1? I mean, I guess we always are on phase 1. And I thought it was supposed to be 3 consecutive decreasing weeks. And supposedly we added Nevada and Colorado in this formation. And I don't think every one of the coalition has seen these 3 decreasing weeks. And I thought we were all supposed to stay, kind of solidified, but maybe this was just pricing down the cost of masks or something.
I think they're worried about lawsuits at this point.
I'm just a dummy that wants to run a comic book store. I just want to sell some comic books.
Yeah, dummy.
I just want to sell some comic books. I got the spinner rack right here, though.
I saw it.
Dude, it's got awesome comic books on it.
I believe you. I do.
Yeah, they're not super expensive, but I'm really it's kind of like, like that bookshelf behind you. Just cool stuff.
Yep.
And now
that one's better.
That one, well, this one.
Oh God, that one's so much better.
These boxes, if you see these drawer boxes right here, those are better.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I get it. I have more way over there. I keep them hidden in a shelf, on a shelf in my closet. They don't even get to see light. No light. None.
He's got mothballs in there though.
They're protected. Everything in there is well protected.
Are these your personal books or ones that your rainy day books? Yeah.
Way over there in the closet are mine, and those are mine.
I see.
These are for sale.
And Paperback Goldmine is back up for sale now?
Yeah, whatever.
Follow him on Instagram.
If I don't want to sell something, do you know what I do? I list it. I go ahead and I put it up on the site, but I charge $80 for it. If someone's dumb enough to pay that kind of money for your Star Wars number 17, $80, dude. Do it. I have books that aren't worth 10 for 80 because I don't want to sell them.
Well, it's a great issue, just to let you know. 17 is fun.
Great.
But you saw all of it,
so
But like I said, not in trades, so not collected yet.
Who's buying those trades right now?
Well, at our store, we had boxes set aside for what was going to be on the top floor in the front room where everybody could see them. And Star Wars Epic collections and Star Wars the regular collections were all part of the upstairs store. And weren't going to stay in boxes until we could sell them or someone asked for them. They're going to be there because we expected people to come in for those. And so those are pretty good. I mean, they do good well for us. Hopefully they still will do well for us. Star Wars, everybody. Star Wars.
I no longer care.
Yeah.
Don't give an F.
Yeah, me either. Other than selling them and reviewing. And there will be a Star Wars 17 review someday. Probably based off of what we did just now. Anyhow, thank you everybody for tuning into another episode. Hopefully we'll have some more word on how the progress for the store going forward is next week. And until then, for ATN or Bub, I'll see you later. And check me out on Critical Blast tomorrow. Bye.
En la mañana? En mañana de la mañana.